Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. It is I, eXtine. I am joined by my boy Gizmo. How you doing, Gizmo?
I am amazing.
You ready for a little mo?
I am so excited that this is tied up last map of the BCB.
Yeah. It's an exciting finish, especially, you know, we got Banny here playing, and I mean, back and forth. We're coming down to the map of the month, tied up on the round count, and well, it should be an exciting finish. Sniper cannot be banned, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get a little Banny sniper action here. We did get, I think bans are in. I think it's Demo Man and Spy.
It is. We have a Demo Man ban from Champagne and Cocaine and a Spy ban from DK.
Yeah, so interesting stuff there. I mean, the Demo Man ban, in a sense, a respect ban against Banny. I think Banny versus Muma on Demo has been fairly close throughout the night, though. I don't know if that's necessarily been a game changer, but certainly just kind of forces the shuffle, you know, because it just kind of dribbles down the line. Corsa is going to be doing the sniping up against Banny, and that moves Muma over to Soldier and keeps everything else kind of very similarly. So, I mean, I think with what the current lineups and the current classes allowed, definitely we're going to have a Carl versus Satan battle again. But I think that this map versus Ram Jam is a lot more friendly to Pyro. And then Jordan on Engineer versus not having a Soldier is another, you know, strategical factor that'll be very important, because the upward mobility of Soldier can be a very big boost on this map.
Yeah. Looks like we're waiting on one player to get back from a bathroom break. Then we'll be good to go.
Cool. So once again, shout out to our sponsor, iGames, for helping us out this month with prize money. We do have $250, excuse me, in prize money going towards the players, and that's being split up so that each of these teams has in fact already won $50 each. And then the winning team tonight will be taking home an additional $150. So
that is correct.
That's a good prize. iGames app. Make sure to check that out.
Yeah, they've been a fantastic sponsor. They've been asking when we would have events that they could sponsor since GXL last year. So finally came time that we could finally produce an event that we felt was worthy of having a sponsor attached to it, and we're going to keep this thing going every month.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I mean, that's kind of the dual-edged sword of the whole game. You know, we love having sponsors in the community, but we also have to have events for those sponsors to be a part of. And it's great to have the teams that did sign up with us, and we're excited to, you know, continue to work with some of these teams like Chewy Wee. They didn't make it through the West Coast qualifiers against DK, but they were pretty excited about the format. Seem to be excited about playing again next month, and hopefully we'll have some more challengers, both on East Coast and West Coast, to not only dethrone these teams, but whichever one of these teams does take the crown tonight. It's all coming down to this, the last map of the evening. Banny versus Corsa on Snipes. See how this goes down. Muma jumping around up top right now. He's rocking that black box. Oh, Corsa starts things off with a snipe on Metaway. Hard to argue against that, as Banny not finding too many targets yet. Corsa gets another snipe.
Going into this map, we are tied up 18-18.
And right now it looks like, yep, Vote to Society are going to make it 19-18 now. And yeah, I mean, I think a factor here definitely that you know, will kind of part of the conversation is whether maybe Banny and his team should have not banned Sniper on the first map, should have maybe saved it for this one. Time will tell, though, as you know, if they can contain Corsa, and maybe if they switch over. Oh, it's Banny this time that actually gets the snipe on Corsa. So that could open up this round quite a bit. Red, though, might just get in towards point and try to get a capture. Banny doesn't have to worry about spies, so Girardi, a very powerful option here. And they're getting good results here. It's just Free State coming in on Banny, but really, he's the last combat class here. It's going to be a tough uphill battle for him. 1v5.
This was the first map that we saw a decent stall tactic come out from Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, where they just killed the clock overall, didn't capture it themselves, didn't really care. Actually, they even air blasted back one of the members of the other team. Was it they were down to one medic and they just kept him alive?
Yeah, just kept him alive, kind of toyed with him.
Yeah. So once again, we'll see what the snipes action here happens. It's going to be pretty crucial, you know, which sniper comes ahead in these battles, can find these opening frags.
Force is running right on the ground this time.
And they have spotted each other, but it's going to end up being Muma helping out his sniper, getting a kill on Banny. Muma getting chased as well, pre-firing a couple rockets here to try to work a little corner game. Down to 2 health, though. Corsa looking for a snipe on Medic as he falls off the shack. He might have a good look on Metaway here, as Metaway keeps kind of throwing his body in that gap. Oh, gets Carl. It's a nice pick off on the heavy weapons guy. They have the point here, and they should be able to recapture here. They've realized that. Oh, and they just give up the point. Oh, man.
Wow.
Bold
There's a little slow there.
Yeah. Nothing Corsa could have done about it. He was just handing back to the snipe. There we go. He gets a snipe on Metaway, as Metaway, isolated on that left-hand side, was calling for somebody else to join him. And instead, he just gets a bullet in the head. Corsa looking across on the heavy weapons guy as well. Sets it up for Free State, who finishes off the kill. And really just Jordan and Banny. Banny back pretty far. Does get a snipe on the Pyro, which the mini sentry finishes him off. But, I mean, Banny, what are you going to do back here? Yeah, there we go. Double capture. So 2019, we've had, what, 3 rounds in 4 minutes?
It has been pretty slow overall.
You know, a couple dragged out ones. And Banny has switched off the sniper. So it's be interesting to see how this matchup, or the switch up, works for him. I think it definitely could work well. He's probably on gunboats. Indeed, he is. So he's going to hide for a second here. And definitely, I mean, sniper is extremely strong, but it is, you know, it is a hit or miss class. And if you don't get your shots, you know, you can't really stay effective. Banny does get the kill on Muma. Also, Satan goes down. There goes Corsa getting a kill on Jordan, though, as Carl goes down. Just Corsa up top, though. And the downside of the sniper is also, if you're just hanging back playing passive, the round might just be over, and the last person standing, you're not going to get a 5K. So 20-20 the score now after the other 2 maps.
I do believe that was a smart move on DK Spark to switch off of Sniper. Both teams are playing a little too passively to get those picks that they need.
Yeah, and the aggressiveness of a soldier helps you counter the sniper. So, I mean, they could have let Banny on sniper and ran Jordan on soldier or some other switch of it, but decided not to. Muma takes a lot of damage early. So does Satan, so they're going to have to spend a little bit of time healing them back up. Banny gets up top here. Force it down on the ground, sniping across. Muma is using Bager's bazooka. Oh, of course, a nice snipe on Josh gets the kill there. As a good rotation by DK Carl. And it is just going to be Sam on the point, all by him lonesome. Suicides, actually. Just to get this round over with. On to the next one.
Gotta make him quick now. If you're not winning, you're not gonna stay in the lead on this one.
Yeah. And still Banny staying off sniper. See, of course, I think he needs to get back on the roof and look for some early picks. He is heading to the rooftop here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
They've been playing very protective of their heavy on DK.
And he found Josh down low, who's just trying to soup up with a critical. There comes Satan from behind, but Satan doesn't get a kill. It's kind of stuffed in the sewers here. See if they get a capture to respawn Satan, but they're pussyfooting around it. They don't want to do it yet. There goes Jordan, sniped down by Corsa. Corsa still looking across at the soldier, can't get the kill there. Scout sky high, gets a body shot on him and captures the point. Banny coming in on the point, gets the capture. This Corsa getting thrown around, gets taken out. Do have quick fix just faded for red. Free State working around the point. They do get the capture.
A lot of room to work with on this point.
Yeah. And definitely it's easy to kind of pressure people back sometimes just with the force of will. Free State does get the kill down low as Banny coming back in. Doesn't get Sam. Sam doing all right. Pressure all over. Corsa gets closed in from by Banny. We're gonna get a capture here most likely. Free State did get the capture, did get spawns. Free State the only one down. It's 4v4 as Blue looking for a capture here. And Muma gonna get taken out despite that Beggar's Bazooka. There goes Sam as well with the quick fix. Still goes down nonetheless. Banny sniped down by Corsa. He's up top here, gets a shot on Carl, but it's gonna be a tough uphill battle for him. Yeah, especially with Satan going down there. 22-20 now.
12 minutes left to play.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if you know, somebody switching over to engineer would help him out. I'm not sure if Satan, you know, you just oh, Satan was on engineer, right? I think him on heavy weapons.
He was on Pyro last match or last map.
Last round.
That one.
Yeah, his switch to heavy weapons guy again might be a situation that leads to him and his team persevering here. He finds Carl down low. That's a good pickup. Still getting healed, but goes down to Josh. Muma up top was trying to deal with the sentry. Finds Banny. Does get a kill when combined with Free State, but also needs to find Sam. There we go, on top of him. You need to block this capture though for sure. Can't let that one go through. It's just Jordan and Medaway here now. Quick fix still on them, but starting to run off, and there goes Medaway. Another round picked up for Champagne and Cocaine. Nicely done that time. 11 minutes left on the clock and a 1-round differential.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And oh, okay, never mind. For just a split second there, I thought I saw a spy, but I guess spy is banned.
Yep.
Demo Man, the other ban here.
2, 1. Control point enabled.
Puma was at 9 points at the beginning of that last round and is now at 16. He actually cleaned up quite a bit.
He also got a kill on Banny underneath in the tunnel this round. This round goes their way pretty easily. And we have a tied game once again, right when we're about to cross the 10-minute mark. So these teams definitely very back and forth here. This is Koth Arctic.
Yeah, that switch to having the heavy weapons guy giving you a little bit of a wall to hide behind. Seems like it's just enough for what CNC wants to do, but it seems to be a little bit counterintuitive to what they're used to doing.
Yeah. And Muma down low once again. Sees a lot of blue storming in. Has got some pretty good help here. Banny coming in as well. Banny gets, oh my god, eaten up. Combination of Satan and Muma throwing a rocket at him. There goes Jordan as well, sniped down by Corsa. When they're able to stop this push underneath and have, you know, that buys time for Corsa to do what he's got to do. Right now it's just Carl and Medaway up. They are going to try to work on the point, but the quick fix Uber is fading. And red, yeah, going to get the capture here. Or, yeah, at least the round win. And they've taken the lead as well, so comeback here.
Corsa is dominating Carl currently.
Yeah.
They keep getting a little distracted by that heavy, and he's able to just pick them off.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you have your heavy all charged up and chilling, you know, it's pretty easy picking for a sniper that has a good sight line, and certainly there's pretty easy sight lines on this map. You know, the heavy, some of the ways that he gets out, you're just so vulnerable to a sniper if there hasn't really been anything done to do it, deal with him. Muma does a little bit of damage down low on the medic Medaway. There goes Carl as well, drops down. So Muma's going to get up top, deals with the sentry gun from Jordan. Jump over the top, and Medaway 90% on this quick fix charge. Blue getting on the point. Metaway, 92%. Has a Corsa in his face with the SMG. Corsa turns around because DK Josh is back here. Corsa's got to make this happen, but unfortunately for him, it is not. And brutal fight. Josh with the flank. Getting a 4K there. Big plays. Killing Free State, Satan, Corsa.
Metaway showed up just in time to make sure that that went their way.
Yeah. So 23-23 here between Dunning-Kruger effect and Champagne and Cocaine. As we're in the final 10 minutes of this grand finals. 8 minutes left, actually. Tie game right now.
3, 2, 1. The point is now available.
Danny's staying on Soldier here. Corsa getting a peek at him. Danny and company's still playing this slow. Corsa getting that sentry gun down. No real looks, though, at too many heads to pick off. Danny down low versus Muma getting really good damage here. Can't quite finish the kill, though. But they do find Free State as Free State trying to help his buddy out. Ends up getting caught. Danny jumping over the top. Great jump. Ton of damage on Muma. The quick fix Uber, though, is spinning a lot of good heals out here. Danny pretty banged up. Finally gets banged down. Ends up being Corsa sealing the deal. Cap is going to happen, though. It's just going to be Corsa and his medic. Now just his medic. And there we go. 24-23 with 7 minutes left here.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So extremely tight game here. Danny was switching things up, but no.
Both teams seem pretty comfortable with where they are.
Yeah. You know, it's definitely interesting that we saw the asymmetrical play, but I think again it was smart of Danny to switch off the sniper to Soldier. There's a lot of flexibility on Soldier on this map. That's why I was surprised at the beginning of the round that they didn't have one on the field. So if you can just stay tucked against Corsa, now they send Bandy to jump. Corsa barely survives the jump. Get some good heals and looking across. He might have a good angle at Metaway here in a second. Is Blue trying to capture the point? Oh, sees Metaway, but can't get the kill. Blue finally finishes the capture as Jordan gets on the point. Satan gets some kills here. I think Red might be able to get a retake here. We'll see. Mini sentries up and down. Carl and Metaway coming from behind, but they're going to get the capture here. And then just might be able to rotate afterwards. Free State in a little bit of danger. Does have really good positioning, but needs a little bit of help. And there we go. The assist from Corsa. They're going to get the kill on Carl and Metaway. 24-24.
Match is playing ping pong with my heart, eXtine.
I know. I love that this is like basketball, back and forth, last minute. You just see that clock getting closer and closer, but the game just keeps staying just as close.
We are down to 5 minutes now.
You have no time to spare. Every round here is going to be pretty important. And we do have Muma back on the Beggar's Bazooka, so trying to switch it up. He's kind of exposing that fairly early with a salvo underneath. As Corsa wants a shot on Metaway. Metaway better watch his booty and not back up to expose that angle.
Corsa has been able to control those sentries from Blue pretty well. Right as they haven't switched off of NG yet.
Banny was lurking behind. He gets spotted out, though. And I guess there must have been a respawn there or something, because Muma's back on regular rocket launcher. And we have a capture for Blue, which is a nice pickup. Red considering the capture as well. They do get it. They have Corsa and Muma fairly banged up. Heals are coming out. And it is a 5v4 situation, so Banny and DK down one person.
Muma has been the most revived player by CNC.
Oh, yeah. It's a good stat. 4 minutes left on the clock now. And could get a double cap here in a couple seconds. See if Muma goes for it. Yeah, they're just going to send the scout on it. Oh, my God. And Blue has to respond to it. The quick fix is on from both teams. And there we go. They blast him off of it. And you know what? I mean, I find that exciting. I mean, to be blunt, we had that timer ticking down, and it's just like, okay, you got to go for it. You have to do this.
Yep.
And
Get
they
on there.
were ready for it, you know. And in circumstances like that, maybe if you had attacked earlier instead of just hanging back, you know, you still might have been able to get into a better scenario. So either way, Muma and company are in a one-round lead here right now. $150 on the line. Corso rotating, sees Banny. Banny definitely might go for a big jump out. Nope, going to drop down first, but still got to watch out for his jumps.
Red playing very tight this time.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the time to experiment with it was earlier, but almost surprising that we haven't seen any crits Krieg on this map. The heal factor, especially with teams playing this slow, can be very helpful. And then if you're sitting on a quick fix Uber for a really long time, it means you basically essentially could have built Krieg in that time. So, the team capping, I think we did have a, was that a Conqueror? Oh, it was a buff banner as I believe Muma getting a frag, taking Josh out, Banning extremely low, then gets arrowed down, might get another arrow as well. There we go. Let's get back to full health before he jumps down. Was scared about getting sniped, I think. And again, curious to see if we'll get a big jump from him. Corso's certainly a little scared of it. Everybody's going to see where that Machina came from, though. And he jumps over the top. They get the capture, then get back, but they lose Metaway instantly, and so many other players. There you go. Wow. What was the analysis of that, Kyle?
That was perfectly timed by CNC. There was no stopping that mini crit damage when it started. All for reviving one player. I don't think that was worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little tough after that capture there. Definitely kind of an influential round. I have to take another peek at that, how that broke down. It's definitely interesting to see these teams. I mean, there's money on the line. You know, so the detractors of Arena Respawn wanted to see, you know, it's money on the line and an intense match with talented teams. And right now, DK need this round in order to make sure that the next round they have an opportunity to tie. So this round in itself is pretty game-winning. And Jordan, yeah, Josh soaked up a lot of damage, but was able to survive there. Carl taken out down low.
Oh, that cap by Blue might have just been a little early.
Yeah, definitely. We're in trouble now. Josh fighting from behind. Yeah, he goes down to Corsa. And Red in fantastic position here. They can even just drag out the game a little bit. They're going to actually as well. Yep. Brutality. So I don't even know if DK has kind of figured out what's going on. Oh, they come in. They actually are on Uber charge here. So maybe there's still a slight hope. No. Okay, there we go.
Well, and that's with 9 seconds to go. We'll see one more round, but that does it.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be an East Coast kind of month, Kyle.
Oh, man.
I know. So we're in a constellation round here. As Free State not even dropping the kindest of words there. Gotta win in style, man. Don't you know that's how you do it? In positive style. But
that was close.
Yeah. It was an extremely close match, and I think in the end there, you know, DK still having a little bit of problems with the Corsa situation and maybe just overall lineup. I'm not too sure what all Jordan added to their roster, you know, in terms of, I mean, I guess just their game plan on Engineer. Not necessarily his playing, his capabilities, but just as Engineer, you know, if he could have sniped while Banning played Soldier, you know, that could have alleviated some of the issue with Corsa. But definitely some risk at hand there as well. And in the end, the Champagne and Cocaine team going to take the championships here. Well played for them on Koth Arctic, what it came down to. But also very well played by them on Drop Down. Just well executed by Muma and Corsa Company, Free State, great flanks. And Satan off-classing as well, you know, the versatility to switch between a couple different classes that, you know, might not be his main. He kind of realized when Pyro wasn't working and was flexible and willing to step away from that. So that's certainly an important aspect to have.
Yeah, that was 3 rounds. Not bad. Not bad. A lot better than some of our matches this month.
Yeah, definitely an even game, which was very nice to see. And, you know, congratulations to Champagne and Cocaine, definitely. I know that Banny likes to win, so without a doubt, I'm sure he'll be interested in supporting the Dunning-Kruger effect in their attempts to maybe come back in July and take the crown. And certainly I like to win. I like to support winners. And I would like to get the Portland Burnsiders, you know, in the final next month. So we'll have to see about that. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna jump into the CNC mumble here and get a little interview going. Have you warned them, Kyle?
I'm gonna help up there and warn them real quick.
Okay. So Kyle's gonna warn them real quick. Once again, just a quick shout out to our sponsor, iGames. Check them out, the iGamesApp.com. We definitely appreciate their sponsorship of this tournament. It's going to allow us to keep this rolling and keep offering our wonderful prize pot of $250 for the players. So excited about that, and well, let's hop into the channel here.
It's not me.
Yeah.
Hello, I am the spokesperson for Champagne and Cocaine.
Excellent, excellent. Well, congratulations, guys. Well played. Came down to Koth Arctic, and you know, in the end, you guys played well on the back of courses sniping, and well, team plays all around.
It was mostly Satan being better at heavy than Carl.
You know, there's a couple ways that you could look at it. I mean, you know, you could say that you were a better medic than Metaway.
I'd say that's also another valid statement.
You could say that Muma was a better soldier than Banny.
Damn straight.
You could say that, you know, Free State is a better scout. You know.
No, that one's not true.
There's a lot of ways that you could put it, but either ways, you guys did persevere in the end. A little bit of difficulty on the first map. Do you think it was just, you know, that map, that setting, or anything about?
Well,
you guys
I mean, we definitely picked drop down as our home map for a reason. Having to leave drop down has always been a bit stressful for us.
It was because they're heavy. It's because they're heavy.
I think we would have done well. We would have done well to ban heavy on that map instead of our home map.
Yeah, yeah, we noticed.
Yeah, basically, it seems like when the other team has a heavy, you gotta run one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pyro can't.
And especially, like we should have banned it, especially because Carl didn't seem like he could play
anything
else.
I mean, that was definitely their home map. They definitely had all the strats figured out for it. I think if we'd banned heavy there, it maybe would have shooken them up.
Yeah, the Burnsiders definitely had some problems with them on that map. They were really strong, and in our interview with them Tuesday, they definitely expressed their comfortability on that map. How did you guys feel about the format? How were you guys, you know, settling into the format? You know, and especially today against a team that, you know, was a pretty even match for you guys.
I think I would say that weapon bans might need to be considered, but outside of that, it's pretty solid, except for the whole, like, you can go Cloak and Dagger Spy and burn a minute off the clock. It adds, like, basically a minute of dead time for every round that you're up. It feels like if Spy isn't banned.
Yeah, we definitely run into that issue, and I know that I personally ran into that issue in the EGO tournament. The Burnsiders were up against a team. Yeah, and so since then, I mean, we did kind of shorten the double cap timer, but there's also kind of like this double-edged nature to it, you know, like we were scoring off of cumulative rounds in a sense, like, you know, you guys were winning that map, but in a sense you also kind of fed some rounds that you kind of maybe could have held on to. You know, through not trying the Cloak and Dagger Spy.
I don't know. The Cloak and Dagger Spy, it feels like just a super cheesy way to win. It just doesn't feel good to, like, and I'm sure it feels even worse to lose like that. Like there's an invisible spy hiding, and that's the reason that we can't cap.
No, certainly. I mean, that's like a point of concern.
There also definitely needs to be some weapon bans.
Yeah,
like, I think the Vaccinator was one of the weird weapons. Like the fact that the Vaccinator is the only weapon that's banned is really weird to me.
I think that's because it negates the crits taken on point.
Oh, I didn't know it did.
Whenever it'll negate any sort of criticals taken, so it's
it's pretty crazy. Yeah, actually, if you're on bullet resistance, it negates headshots.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of weapons that are like really good. I don't think that's the. I think the biggest thing, or the biggest argument for that ban would be that it upsets the whole, like, if you're standing on cap, you take mini crits.
Yeah, that's definitely basically it. Certainly as well, like if you ban out, I mean, even if you ban out pyro, then there's no other flame damage, so then it just becomes like way more powerful, you know. Or if you ban out, explosive classes, obviously, I mean, both teams kind of have to be somewhat involved in that. But if you ban out explosive classes, then Vaccinator becomes super strong because
I think, honestly, like, the Vaccinator might be strong, but the lock and load is definitely far stronger, far more of a broken game-changing weapon.
Yeah, I mean,
I could agree with that.
Like if
He's like the most overpowered weapon in the game.
Yeah, I mean, like the Highlander League, UGC is like banning all these weapons for a reason. I mean, 6 bans just about everything, but I think maybe they should just go with the UGC ban list because people have tested the weapons out and
the short circuit.
I think
oh my god,
the short circuit.
Yeah, the short circuit is disgustingly easy to use, and
that weapon shouldn't just be banned; it should be taken out of the game.
Well, I think our outlook, and we'll move on a little bit, but you know, our outlook is that we do want to kind of head towards that new era of TF2 where we are using these weapons, and some of them right now aren't necessarily in the best place, like as you guys mentioned, the advantage of lock and load. But at the same time, we're hoping for, you know, changes for that soon, and we still just kind of want to get everybody an opportunity to see where things are. So let's switch gears a little bit, and yeah, I mean, let's talk about Carl again. Was that just a big hassle for you guys trying to deal with that heavy? And I mean, what makes Carl so dangerous?
Carl is a TF2 master.
It's not so much Carl. It's just the fact that he's playing heavy and the fact that we're trying to run Satan on Pyro, and Pyro can't do the damage to the heavy, so we force you have to fight heavy with heavy.
You can't walk up to heavy like that as a Pyro.
See,
with the quick fix, it's so hard to spam down a heavy from far away.
What we figured out was we make it so what they were doing was they were walking under point to negate like the fact that we had Corsair and Sniper and he was watching across the point. Yeah. So then what we figured out is all we had to do is put our heavy and our soldier under, so they can't walk across the point because Corsair's there. They can't walk on the point or they can't walk on the point because Corsair's there, and they can't walk under because they have like height disadvantage.
Yeah, but when we didn't have a heavy, we tried to watch under, and we just couldn't get enough damage on it with the quick fix.
So getting
that heavy would just heal and do tons of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we kind of had to have heavy.
That makes sense.
So what are you guys gonna buy with your prize money?
What's the prize money? How much?
Like 40.
Total, you guys have won $40 a person.
So I'm probably gonna buy some Dirty Bomb Mercenaries.
Oh snap!
Probably just save it, put it in my retirement account, invest it.
It's a spirit.
Probably just gonna give my share to Corsa.
What? To Corsa?
Yeah, sorry, Great State.
Corsa's awful.
He's my crush.
Oh right.
Well, any you know, you guys are representing the Philadelphia area. Is there any rivalries you guys want to beat up on? You guys want to beat up on like a New York team? Should we get like Rick and his boys?
See, Boba's team is really bad.
Wow.
I appreciate that sentiment.
Outside of that, shout out to Arena Dropdown RC1 home map.
I like your style. We'll have to see next map if you guys can pick it up in the map draft or someone tries to steal it from you. But then again, if they steal it from you, it's like you almost got 2 home maps. So
yeah, we have got a meta lockdown on Arctic right now.
Yeah, let's see our map next month. Is it gonna be draft? Is that correct, Kyle?
Our featured map is gonna be Off Blast.
Oh, Off Blast. Okay.
What was the featured map this time?
Arctic. So that was why in all the best of 3 scenarios, the final map was Arctic.
I understand.
Did you guys like that map draft mechanic? Was that kind of fun to have like a home map?
We weren't. Having a home map is cool. Yeah. I'd say.
Yeah, I like it, but I've just never played on any of these maps.
It's definitely good. It's cool for like a tournament format. I think, yeah, I like this as a tournament. It's a fun thing to do. I'd like to see matches moved away from ESEA default days, because I think you're definitely losing a lot of the better players that would be playing by having it on that day.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for us having it where it is, and certainly kind of the consistency of the schedule is a benefit for us. But you know, we got to work in with what all is going on and what people's availabilities are. So certainly there's a little bit of that going on. But glad to hear that you guys had a good time and we're enjoying things. Let's do some shout outs real quick. Let's just run down the lineup real quick. Also, we're in Mumble. I don't have an overlay, so you guys might want to just say your name real quick. But let's start with Free State.
All right. Shout out to the Mr. Owl. Shout out to DJ, rest in peace. And shout out to the Yomis.
Nice. Muma, shout outs from you, bud?
Just Corsa. See, he isn't here anymore. Shout out to Corsa.
Sam, some words, bud?
I'll shout out, let's see, Seymour and Sal and Dolphin Rider.
Nice. And Satan?
Shout out to everybody here, of course, for playing. And shout out to all the teams I've played on. All of them.
Awesome. Well, I think that's going to do it for us and this month of the Best Coast Battle. But thanks so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely have more action coming your way next month. This how these Best Coast Battles tend to work is the first couple weeks of the month. We're dealing with sign-ups. We're dealing with registration. We're getting teams lined up. We're hoping to have a lot of the same teams from last month return, including our defending champions, Champagne and Cocaine. We'll see. They still will have to crown themselves as the East Coast champions once again. And so then we'll have, you know, group stage and then run into our kind of playoff stage and, you know, play all of our matches in the last 2 weeks. So kind of a fun little format with these tournaments that we can have 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and just keep the fun times rolling. So we'll be back in a few weeks with our map draft and getting things rolling. Thanks again for tuning in tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested in next month's Best Coast Battle, please head over to battleleague.com, as well as keeping your eyes peeled for our posts on our TF2 and our True TF2. And yeah, big shout out to the whole Arena Respawn community. Got a lot of people behind the scenes that are helping these tournaments become as big as they are, and they're all excited about continuing to push this format forward and this concept forward. So we're excited to see that as it continues. The Burnsider is going to be fielding a better team next month. We're going to be throwing down again. Hope to have some other classic opposition from us for us to fight and filming up those cross-nation rivalries. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Enough yapping. I am eXtine, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Ow.